This is Guru Focus Market Today, your afternoon market brief for Tuesday, August 25. Here's where things stand. SpaceX has announced plans to build a $100 billion Starbase launch site in Louisiana, marking a major expansion of its Starship operations beyond Texas, and accelerating its orbital data center timeline. The private space company's investment is set to significantly boost Louisiana's role in the commercial space sector, and signals SpaceX's intent to scale up launch capacity in the coming years.
Turning now to retail. Shares of Dick's Sporting Goods plunged more than 25% after the company missed earnings expectations and warned of softening demand for athletic wear and footwear. The retailer sharply cut its outlook for 2026, underscoring mounting challenges in discretionary spending across the sector. Staying with the markets, the S&P 500 closed slightly higher, while the Nasdaq was boosted by gains in semiconductor stocks. Falling bond yields supported broader market sentiment, with investors watching for further direction ahead of key earnings reports.
This next story is about NVIDIA, which saw its shares rise by 2% ahead of its quarterly earnings report. The move broke a recent losing streak for the leading AI chipmaker, as investors anticipate results that could set the tone for the broader technology sector. Meanwhile, United Airlines announced its largest international expansion to date, adding 10 new destinations and 13 new routes for 2027. The carrier's plans include first-ever non-stop U.S. flights to Slovenia and Luxembourg, further strengthening its global network.
Also making news today, Target shares declined after the company pulled a Halloween costume from stores following criticism that it evoked blackface. The retailer issued a public apology amid consumer backlash, adding to recent controversies affecting major U.S. brands. On the policy front, U.S. policymakers and analysts are raising concerns over the rapid advancement of artificial intelligence outpacing regulatory guardrails. Calls are intensifying for new government strategies to address AI agent containment failures as the technology's risks and capabilities expand. Turning to government and regulation, the Department of Health and Human Services is preparing to create 2 new deputy commissioner roles at the Food and Drug Administration. One position will focus on technology and artificial intelligence, while the other will oversee drug regulation, reflecting growing federal attention to innovation and oversight. Elsewhere, the SPDR Gold Shares ETF drew renewed attention after Scott Bessent highlighted $1 trillion in potential gold purchases. The signal has fueled investor interest in gold amid ongoing global uncertainty.
Now, on the bond market, J.P. Morgan analysts criticized Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent's $4 billion bond buyback, likening it to paying your mortgage with your credit card as U.S. federal debt reaches $40 trillion. The move has heightened skepticism among investors about the sustainability of government borrowing. Turning to oil, prices fell more than 3% after the U.S. government, under President Trump, shifted its approach to Iran by emphasizing economic pressure over military action. The policy change eased fears of renewed conflict in the region and weighed on energy markets.
On the macroeconomic front, the Social Security Administration is set to announce the 2027 cost of living adjustment on October 14th. Current forecasts project a mid-3% increase for beneficiaries, with the official figure expected next month. Finally, Google Cloud has launched Gemini Enterprise for Financial Services, an artificial intelligence-driven platform aimed at automating complex financial workflows for global institutions. The rollout marks a significant step in the application of AI to the financial sector. That wraps up today's market update. We'll be back soon with the latest market news. Thanks for listening to the Guru Focus Brief.